What if I told you that I was a part of one of the biggest moments in Street Fighter history? Would you believe me? Well, it's true. And what tends to happen a lot of times in Street Fighter history, the community tends to go out and ask what they think was their greatest moment in Street Fighter history, from Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, 5, soon to be 6, and so forth, right? And there was a tweet that went around here that was made by SpabGod, and shout out to him for this tweet and highlighting that moment with me there. So of course, why not capitalize and farm my engagements on this situation? Because why not? This is YouTube, right? Yeah, but with that being said, let me just cut right to it. Why? You'll just see it for yourself, and we'll talk about it afterwards. And big up to the guy who originally uploaded this. You're awesome. I did re-upload it to my channel just because I didn't want it to go away in the ether, because it was a pretty funny moment. But we're gonna cut straight to the action. So this is Kensou, that's me, versus Liston from New York. This situation is pretty wild, but let's cut to it. Oh, shoot. Ooh. Ooh. All me. All me. All me. All me. So before we get into the next round, I kind of want to talk about this for a second. So essentially, around this time frame, a lot of players didn't really believe in c.viper. To be honest with you, the community was kind of like, they didn't know what to really think about the character. They didn't think she was very good. I thought she was amazing. She ended up still being one of the stronger characters in the game throughout the entire game's lifespan. She had a lot more crazier stuff in this version. But at that time in particular, obviously you saw the big combo I did there on the Sagat. That was her Fierce Feint Fierce combo. Back then, a lot of people didn't think it was like useful. Some people didn't think that you should go for it. Now, of course, there's going to be some people going to be in the comments who are going to backpedal and say, oh no, I always knew. If you're one of those people that backpedal in this video, trust me, you're probably one of those people that thought otherwise. But anyway, I made it a point to learn to do that combo, and that's a staple combo of Viper throughout the entirety of the game. A lot of c.viper players were afraid to do it. I did that in tournament and wasn't really afraid to miss it. And you know, as a high-level player, my thing is always you have to style on people. It just so happens that her Fierce Feint Fierce combo, while it's stylish, it also hurts, and not very many people were willing to go for it, but I did. So, but let's continue. Good DP. Viper's DP sucks. My cross-up missed. Now that link right there with her super, is actually pretty hard to hit. I wasn't comfortable with it at that point in time, but I was like, I did Fierce Feint Fierce in tournament. Why don't I go for this? And now I'm gonna get punished for it. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, Sagat's focus attack is pretty tight. Now at this point, I was definitely a little concerned. I was like, if I take my time and try to use more seismos and space myself right, I should be okay, right? For the most part, it was okay. Miss me anti-air. And here it comes. You're probably thinking to yourself, I win now, right? Technically speaking, I did. The problem here was I actually double tapped my super. And the thing is, when c.viper does Shoryuken input, she does her Seismo attack or ground pound. The problem with that was I double tapped it and ended up getting the Seismo instead of my Ultra. Now at this point, I honestly would have won because he whiffed the whole DP and it's pretty much death. But I screwed up and then I got that, and then this happens. So I know you see this crowd in uproar. Yes, I ended up winning, but let's look at it from another angle. The other angle. And then I see that my character, yes, that's me, never there. I realized that, oh snap, the KO screen didn't come up. And I got up, obviously, my disappointment was pretty heavy. So I was like, I win this matchup like all the time. How did I lose this? That was what was going on in my head at the time. And then, of course, you know, they're celebrating, they're happy. I saw that there was no KO screen. It was time to go to work. It was 1000% time to go to work. Pretty crazy moment, to be honest with you. The amount of people that were there. Look at that. Balrog, Gutex. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Look at Mike Ross. So, really quick, right? I also want to point out after this, you know, I did end up having a really good tournament run. I actually got top 8 this tournament. I ended up losing to Gutex. Big up to Gutex at the time. I played really well even after that. So as you can see, you know, I'll be a little facetious here. You know, Guilty Gear player, rawr, let's get in there. Really, I'm just a fighting game player. That's just me throwing a little subtle jab. Don't get it twisted. But the real deal here is that situation is just extremely hard to replicate. So what ended up happening was, as I missed my Ultra, Liston did his Ultra. And the Tiger Knee portion of Liston's Ultra actually went over c.viper's head. Because when c.viper recovers from her Ultra, she's actually very low to the ground. And players like myself, you guys, if you're in the Street Fighter community, you probably heard of Javits. He tried to recreate it also. Like, I think we went back and forth a little bit trying to recreate it. And he even asked me, like, how did you? And I'm like, I have no idea. The gods were on my side that day. I really cannot explain to you what went wrong there. I thought I was dead, to be honest with you. You know, after a couple combos, it was pretty much over. But that's basically what happened. It was a really interesting time frame back then also, you know, when it came to this kind of stuff. So yeah, just to kind of round this out, you know, just kind of close this out and kind of put a lid on this. Essentially, it did feel good to be a part of Street Fighter history. This video tends to get brought up quite a bit. A lot of people always refer to this video a lot, you know what I mean, when they talk about Street Fighter things. A lot of people remember this. It was a very hype moment. As you could see, the energy at final round that year was pretty insane for that situation. And I mean, that's even at a time, you know, this is like 2009, you know what I mean, a different time frame where, you know, people are just out here having a good time. And kind of sort of seeing this here, you know, is like a reminder of where the scene was previously to where it is now. So I do want to say thank you for you guys who do participate in these tournaments, you guys who, you know, not only participate but support the scene and things of that nature. Without the scene and the players and things like that, you know, obviously the games, you know, we wouldn't get great moments like these. And for me as a player, been playing in, you know, fighting games for a long period of time, not just from Guilty Gear. Obviously you guys can see I also can play some Street Fighter. It's just really, it just feels really good to be a part of this. You know, I do admit that I could have done more in Street Fighter 4 as a competitor, but I should probably point this out here too, since I know some people might ask this in the comments, right? I do want to address this, right? Why didn't I continue to compete in Street Fighter 4? Why don't I travel more for the game? And the truth of the matter is, I wasn't really sure about Street Fighter 4 like that as a player and as a person. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to play the game like that, especially coming from a big Guilty Gear background. Not that I didn't have a Street Fighter background, I played an immense amount of Capcom vs. SNK 2. That's actually my first competitive fighting game. But the thing is, I wasn't sure how I felt about the game. I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. I played it because the competition around me was very good and I enjoy competition. I'm a very competitive person, so I enjoyed it from that lens. I did play the game very heavily still, despite how I felt. I just didn't feel the need to travel for it. I played mostly locally, did really well locally, and that was kind of my Street Fighter 4 run for that time period. Obviously didn't really play Street Fighter 5, you guys don't miss me at all for that game. But I'm here for Street Fighter 6. You know, hopefully my goal is to have another one of these great moments. Maybe not as wild as this, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm hoping to make some waves here in this game as well, from making the content to playing well in tournaments, etc., exhibitions, invitationals, whatever it is I can get myself into. That's my goal moving forward for Street Fighter 6. Because it does feel good to be cemented in Street Fighter history, so I'm hoping to keep up that streak. So we're here for Street Fighter 6. And with that being said, let me not make this too long for you guys. You guys already know how I am. I don't like to keep my videos too long. Talk to me how you guys feel about this situation here. How do you guys feel about it? Is it hype for you? You know, are you looking for Street Fighter 6? You know, are you looking for more great moments like this in Street Fighter 6? You know, talk to me. Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna get up out of here. You guys take care. Peace and love. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.